Hello friends, welcome to Raja Data Engineering. In today's video, we are going to see how to read CSV file in Databricks using PySpark programming. CSV is one of the most commonly used file format in Databricks. There are other file formats like Parquet, ORC, JSON, Avro, and each and every file has its own advantages and disadvantages. Coming to CSV, it is easy to work with, and also this is human readable format. That is the reason it is widely used in Databricks. Let us see the syntax, how to read the CSV file in Databricks. So as per this syntax, we are creating a data frame. We are reading a CSV file and creating a data frame DF. So the syntax starts with Spark, the keyword Spark. The keyword Spark creates a Spark session. Then the next keyword would be read. If you have to read the file, then we have to use the keyword read. If you have to write the data, then we will use write. While working with streaming data, we will use read stream for reading the streaming data, write stream for writing the streaming data. So in this case, we are going to read CSV file. That is why we have to give the keyword read. The next keyword is format. Okay, in this step, we have to give the type of the file. So the file type could be CSV, ORC, or JSON, Avro. It could be anything. In our case, it's a CSV. So during our demo, we will provide CSV as a parameter for this option. And moving to the next option, that is option. Okay, in the option, now there are many parameters, and these are optional. These are not mandatory. If needed, we can supply or we can ignore. So the most commonly used options are info schema, header, and delimiter. Info schema, basically, if we want to determine the schema of the CSV file, then we will give this option. But this is not recommended because while giving this option, it will read the entire data first, then it will infer the schema, and once again it will read the data for actual reading to create the data frame. So this method, inferring schema, that is not recommended because it will hit the performance. Why? Because it will read the data twice, once to infer the schema, again to create the data frame. So this is not recommended, but during unavoidable situation we can give. And the next option, header. Now we can give header true or false. When the header is true, the first record of the CSV file will be treated as header. Header means its column. And in case if we give false, then it will contain the entire CSV file as data. Okay. Coming to next option, that is separator. That is nothing but delimiter. So in our CSV file, now we could use delimiter, comma, semicolon, colon, a tab. It could be anything. So if you want to define that option, then we can go for this keyword. Coming to schema, when we are giving schema, this option info schema, that is invalid. We don't need to provide because in schema, we want to explicitly give the schema name. And when we are giving this option info schema, maybe this is not needed. Schema, we don't need to explicitly give the schema name. For schema, first we have to define the schema, then we have to use that schema. I will show you in the demo. No, I can show you here also. Now, this is how we have to define the schema. Now, there are various syntax. Here I have given two different syntaxes. First one, we can define the schema using struct type and struct field. But in order to use these keywords, the struct type and struct field, we have to import few libraries from PySpark. I will show that during demo. And the next syntax, we can use this syntax also. Maybe simply we can give the column name year and the data type integer and the next column and next the data type. This is another way of defining the schema. Once we have defined the schema, then we can supply that schema for this parameter. And the last option, load. For loading, we have to give the file location. So the file location could be single file or it could be multiple files, or we can read all the files under a folder. Now we can give any value as a parameter. It could be single file, multiple files or folder. Hope we understood. Let us jump into the demo. I have already created Databricks workspace in Databricks Community Edition. I have also created the cluster. Let us up and running. Let us jump into the demo. This is the workspace that I have created for this demo, and I have created training cluster that is up and running. So first, I have already uploaded 3 files into this Databricks file system. I can show that under DBFS file system. I have created a folder called PB names, and within that, I have created 3 CSV files. And now let me jump into the notebook. I have already created the notebook just to save the time for this demo. So the first command that I'm executing is dbutility command. I want to see the files that I have uploaded into the file system. So here you can see the output. There are 3 files uploaded under this location. These are the file names. Here you can see in the output the name of the file and size of the file. Let us see how to read the CSV file into data frame. As I showed the syntax, now we have started with Spark, then read, format, we have to give CSV and option info schema true, which means it will read the entire file, then it will infer the schema. And next header, I'm going to give true, means the first record of the file will be treated as a columns. Next separator, comma. In my CSV file, I have created comma separated data. That is the reason here I'm giving comma as a separator. And final option, the path that we need to give. So here I want to read only one file. Now out of 3 files. So that is the reason I have given only one file. And next once this data frame is created, I'm just displaying the data. Also, I'm just want to see the number of records. So just I know I'm checking the count of the data frame. So I'm executing this one. Here we can see the data frame is created and it is containing columns year, first name, county, sex, and count, and the number of records. Okay, for this command, the output is 19,160. Okay, let me do one thing. Just I'm changing this option. Header, I want to make it false. Then what happens? So basically, this first record of the CSV file will be considered as data. So the column will be auto generated. So let's see that. See here, the first record of the CSV file is treated as a data, not column. And by default, Spark will create these column names. So this is not right. So in our CSV file, the first record is column. So I will give true. Okay, moving to another technique. Here, actually, we have given all the options in different option command. Okay, here first option info schema, second option header, third option separator. Actually, we can combine all these. So in my next command, I want to show that. So here, instead of option, we have to give options. We have to add yes at the end. And we can give all the options within this single bracket, within this single options. Okay, here I have given info schema true, separator comma, and header true. So this is another another way of writing options. So let me execute. The output would be same. Great. It has created the data frame and number of records is 19,160. And moving to next technique, I want to read two CSV files. We can give n number of CSV file as file path, but in this example, I want to read two files. That is baby names 2007 to 2009, and the next one 2010 to 2012. So how can we give that option? So this is the trick. Here we have to give square bracket. We have to start and we have to end the square bracket here. If we don't give this square bracket, it will throw error. So if you want to specify multiple files explicitly, then this is the way. And I haven't changed any of the other options. It's the same. So let me execute. See, it has created the data frame and we can see, and the number of records for this data frame is different. Why? Because we have added two files. In our previous example, it was only one file. It was containing 19,160 records. But now we are combining two files. So that is the reason it is giving 37,732 records. OK, now we have learned how to read a single file or how to read a multiple files. Now I want to read all the files under a particular folder. How can we do that? This is the command for that. I haven't changed any options till this point. Only for the file path, now I have given the folder name. So in our previous example, after this folder name, I have specified the file name. OK, it's baby names 2007 to 2009. But here I'm not providing anything. So just I have given the folder name. It'll work. So basically we are having three files under this particular folder. So when we are not specifying particular file, then it will read all the CSV files. So let me execute this one. The execution is successful and the data frame is containing 52,252 records. In our previous example, it was giving 37,000 something. And here we are reading three files. That is the reason the total number of records combining these three files would be 52,252. I want to so far we haven't created any schema. So we have inferred the schema, which means the Spark has read the CSV file first and it has created the schema. And on top of that, it has created the data frame. So I want to see the schema that got created as part of this option info schema. So I want to see the schema. So for that I can use print schema function. So I'm just executing this one. See here, even though we haven't supplied these columns or data type manually, still Spark has created all these things, the number of columns and the respective data type. But as I told you earlier, we can create our own schema. For that, there are two different syntaxes I have shown. First, we are going to use struct type and struct field. So for that, we have to import certain libraries from PySpark SQL types. I have already done this in this command. And I am creating schema defined. This is the variable where I am holding the schema. So struct type and struct field. So here we need to provide all the columns and here we need to provide the respective data type. So I have created here integer type, name, string type, county, string type, sex, string type, count, integer type. Now let me execute this one. See, it has created the schema. Now I want to read the same CSV file, but this time I have removed option info schema. See here, there are only two options, that is header and separator. I have removed info schema in that place, I have given schema. This is the keyword. We have to give schema, and within the bracket, we have to give the manual schema that we have created. So here we are explicitly supplying the schema. So this is recommended approach, and this will perform far better because it will not read the data twice. It will read the data only once, and it will apply the schema defined on top of that. That is the reason this way is recommended. So let me execute this one. Great. Here we can see the data frame is created, and we can see. So in this option, we have given the schema manually. And the another approach to create the schema, this is the syntax. You have to give the variable schema alternate I've given in this case, and you need to define the columns and respective data type. Here integer, name, string. Okay, I have given. So now I want to read the same CSV file, but this time with another schema, another variable that I have created. That is schema alternate, and it will give the same result. Okay, I haven't executed this step. Let me execute. It's successful. Now schema alternate is defined. So now I'm executing this one. This will return the same result. And now this data frame, now we have supplied the schema. So I want to see the schema that we created. So using print schema function. So here you can see. Now this is this is coming from manual schema, the explicit schema that we provided. This is how we can read the CSV file in Databricks using PySpark. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and don't forget to click on the bell button. Thank you.